Modernization and Weiss Schwarz. There have existed many decks in the competitive history of Weiss Schwarz that can easily become competitive in the current game once more if handed the right tools. We will make proposals as to what formerly competitive decks can receive without breaking apart their core into a million pieces to push them back to the apex they once enjoyed and go into detail as to why.
Okay, so real quick, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me do a quick intro before we.
Oh yeah, okay. So real quick, ladies and gentlemen, we're not by modernization. We mean basically we don't need an entire new set to make an entirely new deck. We're basically trying to repair an older deck. That's all we're trying to do here. But anyways, before I rudely interrupted.
So, everyone, welcome back to Golden Card Reviews. We are finally starting a little thing we are calling Modernization. We start with none other than the idol master Cinderella Girls. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, so why modernize this? First and foremost, come on, people. Longtime viewers of this show know. Why? Longtime viewers of this show would know. She was my first real deck. It's what I would consider my first wife, and it is the only deck. It is the only one of the three that I still really value to this day. My second and third, well, second, I'm kind of really growing tired of that franchise in general. And Albuta would require basically an entirely new deck. There'd be so many problems. In fact, that deck has more problems than Cinderella Girls does, and that's kind of sad for a 2020 deck. I'm taking a deck from 2016. We're taking a deck from 2016 and trying to fix that instead. It's kind of sad, don't you think, man? When a deck from 2016 requires less fixing than a deck from 2020.
Well, in a way, it makes sense only because you just have access to far less things at that time. There was no standby, there was no choice, etc.
Still, we're trying to bring it up to speed. We're trying to bring her up to speed here.
Right.
So,
I mean, Gavin, think of it like cars, right? You could argue that a car made back in like the 1980s and 1990s is easier to fix up and tune up than something that you bought in the 2010s.
I mean, it'd be easier to fix Soul Sleeper's 1990s Buick Century than it would be to fix a 2016 Mazda.
I like how you didn't mention like a Mazda model. You're just mentioning Mazda period.
A Mazda 3, excuse me. It might be easier to...
Like, man gave me mentioning like Mazda 3, Mazda 6.
I couldn't think of one that I was just like, wait, Mazda 3?
Mazda CX-3.
I was going to say Mazda 3. It'd be easier to fix up Soul Sleeper's 1999 Buick Century than it would be to fix a 2016 Mazda 3. You know, as a quick comparison.
We know that Mazda 3's got all sorts of fancy smashy tech parts.
And that Buick Century, are you for real?
It's just got your basic tachometer, odometer, etc.
Man, is that thing's alternator even still working?
You would hope.
With that out of the way, the Triad Prima Central deck of Automaster Cinderella Girls was well ahead of its time since debuting in the title's second expansion back in 2016, based on the second season of the anime adaptation, with very powerful lines of play at 0 and 2, backed by the player's choice of tech options and the like. Furthermore, the deck does not need too much in terms of new tools, due to having access to staple profiles. Even competitive decks, including a level 2 game plan, has arguably outperformed some of these decks in the utmost echelon. So, again, man, some of the profiles that we're mentioning tonight, ooh, baby. So this is one of the decks to beat from mid-2016 when it came out, approximately March-ish, all the way up to around 2017-ish, even a little bit into 2018, actually, even a little bit into that time frame. But, you know, this deck was...
A little debatable.
a bit debatable, but at the same time, you know, you still saw this deck in 2018 at times. You know, towards like rounds 3 and 4 in Rochester versus rounds 5 and 6, like you saw during the first year and a half or so. But the decks arsenal of easy deck fixing, defendable level 1s, and powerful early play level 3s proved to be too much for most other decks to handle, with Monogatari Good Stuff being one of its few rivals in the upper echelons of play, which would lead to its eventual restriction. So, actually, you're missing Gochi Usa here. Like, Gochi Usa was one of its other big rivals in terms of competitive play.
Yeah, that's what I forget because it barely got played in my area.
Which surprises me. Like, y'all don't like cute girls doing cute things? But regardless, though, like Gochi Uso was a good powerhouse back in the day and was a great competitor to Triad Primus. By the way, all three of these decks eventually got hit by the Banhammer. And actually, all three of them are still on the ban list to this day.
Of course, not at the peak restrictions that they first received for 2 of those.
Hey man, Gochi Uso is still in the same condition as it was.
Yeah, that's why I said 2 of those.
Though I'm still wondering, so why do any of those three need a ban?
But we all know that Bushido likes to keep dancing the Dark Acre as long as possible.
Fate playable in 2028, man.
Imagine. But that's for Fate players to figure out in 2028.
True. All right, so let's go over a sample list. So, for those of you who pay attention to World Grand Prix results, this list should look familiar. This is actually the winning Kobe list.
I wasn't a winning, it was a second place, actually.
It was the runner-up, excuse me. It was the runner-up Kobe list. From 2021.
So for context, at this point, we have only a choice restriction of 2 cards, Ring Shibuya and Love's Horror Kome. Versus the peak Choose One of 4 that this title once had.
Right, that included
Miria Kagi, and Power Smile Ring.
Right, so I don't know, man. What were your first thoughts when you originally saw this list winning?
It was definitely a little surprising because I'm like, this was able to keep up in the modern day kind of thing.
Can you tell the audience my reaction?
You were definitely flabbergasted.
Am I seeing a ghost?
Yeah, you were like, what?
No, it can't be.
Like you're going like, no way. How?
That this winning list was the inspiration behind this video. I was like, no fucking.
Like a funny story is, people did want to try to make it work immediately after the lifting of Miria Akagi off the list.
And it did see some success.
Yeah, I a couple of, 1 or 2 Brave Souls played it at the online North American World Grand Prix Invitational.
Dude, if I participated in that last year, shit. I brought this, and you were facing me. What would you say?
Like, first I'm going, okay, on the one hand, I understand why. On the other, for real, man?
Really, man? For real? Would be your reaction? Come on, man. Why would you say that?
Like, you're not here to win?
You're like, you're joking me, right? Where's your real deck? I'm like, this is it. Wait, what? I know you'd be like, I know you have better decks than this. It's not like you're strapped for decks. Where's your real firepower?
You're doing this because you have fun, right?
And I'm showing this old lady can do something still. And and the only reason I would do it is because I want to simulate 2016 all over again. Basically, I'm trying to reverse back the hands of time. Basically, I want to go, what did my deck look like 5 years ago? And what if I did qualify 5 years ago? What would I bring to Rochester? And that would and obviously you would see that deck. you'd be like, wait a second, you're bringing that of all things? Impossible. Now, let's say a tournament were to happen this time around, and I do qualify for that, and you saw me bring this. What would your reaction be?
As in, like, no, like,
You're sitting across the table from me. You see this out
I
of
just,
me,
I just go, so you're here to have fun.
and I'm going, no, I'm here to win.
In this present day with this.
Yeah. So,
I'll be like, okay, show me.
just because you would just be like, well, you wouldn't be like, dude, are you sure? You have better, like, I have better decks,
I do know you have better guess.
and I'm going,
You already made
no.
your decision.
I made my decision, and I'm gonna live with it. Imagine I win with this. And Luca asks me, how did you win this tournament? I go, sacking. I'm not even gonna lie, sacking. I'm not even gonna lie here. I'm just gonna straight up write the word sacking.
Because you probably know that's probably one of your main ways to actually plow through the modern day, right?
How else did I win, man? Would I be telling the truth if I said anything else? Now, but anyways, this deck is ahead of its time. This deck is ahead of its time, honestly speaking. And we're going to explain why this deck is ahead of its time.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on from here. So, if allowed to return to the highest tier, the IDOLM Master Cinderella Girls will be the only title with access to an original Up IE Mark 1 profile at level 0. While Rin Shibuya is an Up strictly for blue characters, this does not hamper the deck in any meaningful way, as most of the deck's key cards are in this color, and the intended modernization tools will respect this. Miria Akagi and Akane clone is another strong mainstay for the Triad Primus deck. Being yellow does not necessarily hamper her, as she should not see play past the early game. Her on-attack power boost helps important place Kage triumph over fellow powerhouse characters of 3500 power. Speaking of special, the important place, Important Place Kage is a card played more out of necessity than anything else, as the early game was slower at the time of this deck's prominence. Few cards could handle this card then, but many in the modern meta can easily match or even dispose of Kage with little effort. Kage was a card that was good in the slower meta of 2016 to 2017, but not in this modern day. Project Chrome Alice is a nice utility card who serves as a double hand filter. In the Triad Primus deck specifically, despite her namesake, she is there to handle Climax Flood and exchange undesirable cards for hopefully more useful ones like the Triad Primus Climax.
Okay, man. Original set level 0. You hear one of the decks that you play has that card. You're like, oh baby. You're jelly. You would be jelly, wouldn't you?
A little bit, again, as we have said, these cards are only as powerful as their card pools. That's why there's a reason why a card like Umiyuri and Hatsune Miku Project Diva is not seen as broken because it's in Hatsune Miku Project Diva.
For real, man, you could dig through time until you're blue in the face. You have 10 cards of garbage in your hand. Card advantage only means so much. Card advantage can only carry you so far. It doesn't matter if you have 10 cards of garbage in your hand.
And deck physics can only take it so far if, your deck does not have that many powerful capabilities.
Like, the reason why we don't see Diva everywhere is literally because, well, Diva's card pool, yes, it has heaps of card advantage, but it doesn't.
And a ton of angle, very good deck fixing in the mid game.
Right, but at the same time, none of that matters if the cards aren't very good.
Right, and also because it is kind of late, level 2 versus level 0 or even 1. It's one of those like too little too late sometimes.
But Whoops becomes unbanned. How do you feel?
LFG.
LFG 4 copies going in now, correct?
Basically.
Like, come on, man. Whoops is strictly worse than Shapering.
I don't give a fuck.
See? Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right here. He doesn't give a fuck. Like, Whoops is unbanned. Yo, dog, I can sell you about 3 SR copies.
I can take out those flowers or points rubies.
Like, I can sell you about S.
Despite that card actually being defendable.
Whoops dies in response. I don't think you cared.
Or even worse, I have to run her into something.
Oh no!
Oh no! Heaven forbid! I didn't get these excess climaxes out of hand anyway.
Or useless dead cards, man. I need playables. Whoops, save me.
Right.
Imagine playing Whoops, ditching Tubby, and finding another one.
Oh.
It's so good, right? Hey, man, there's a reason why we complained for nearly 20 minutes on Protein the Subaru, man.
Never forget.
Oh my god! And Protein the Subaru has a bunch of additional restrictions. Number 1, she can only be played at level 1. Number 2, she requires 2 colors. Number 3, she can only fetch level 1 and up. Shivering has none of those restrictions. Like, hello? Like, can you ever imagine level 0 Asusa coming back in her original form?
Unless it's in something showing its very, very aging state, like original Idol Master. Not even.
Not even, right? like imagine if this entire lecture came true. Could you see Triaprimus? Like, would you be scared of Triaprimus?
I'll definitely be reminded of getting my ass handed back to me in pieces.
Really?
Possibly reminded of myself receiving my ass back in pieces by players of this deck during 2016.
Tell the audience your tales of this deck.
Oh, where do I begin? So yeah, the main cards I was playing at this time were Original Love Live and Madoka Magica. And, well, those decks, sometimes they could give this deck trouble, but I kind of have them low roll, ag or I high roll. So most of the time, I'm getting my ass handed back to me in pieces because they just play less amount of deck fixing, less amount of consistency, buffs, and defendables everywhere.
Bruh, brick wall, dude. This deck has thick walls and Asusa's 5 ever.
Wait, what do I do?
You fucking play bombs. You play fucking bombs and laugh at their walls, man.
And open up a lane and I losing damage economy and I die anyway.
Sayaka's Wish, man. You have Sayaka's Wish in both of those sets.
I do. Oh,
but
because that only goes so much.
True. Sayaka's Wish can only stem the bleeding for so long, and there's not that many playable Sayaka cards pre-Magia record. You had what? The early play, that's it?
You were still playing apples.
For real?
Had to do something against your 65s.
7Ks, excuse you, sir?
Sure, I have a 7500 Sayaka. Please show me the Saye.
Fuck! Hey man, what are you doing with Center Call?
I guess I'll bomb it with Kyoko.
The Center Call.
The good thing is Kyoko will pump a lane by 1500.
True. So she does help. It's like, yes, I can force the counter and the subsequent double knockout of your hand.
No,
and
Sure, I'll take it.
The previous player goes, sure, you can have this column. Who cares?
Yeah, basically.
Media Akagi. Haven't you reviewed media basically on the show already?
Effectively? Question mark.
Like, haven't we reviewed this exact text? I should say her exact text because she's on
Uh,
attack. Give a lane 500, man.
I don't think so. It would not be Miria specifically. I think it was like a card that like worked. It worked like Miria, but like
I can't fucking remember, man.
it's not the exact Akane text.
Oh, okay. Well, again, man. Again, man. Whoa, again, man. Imagine if we reviewed media like in today's review, and I'm going, hot damn, media is still good.
Yeah, she's still good. Yeah,
Even to
I will not disagree.
even today, like, god damn, Shibari, what are you doing, Mum? This card is broken. I'll tell the audience. 5 years ago, when I first started this game, I was just
What's
ew.
so good about this? I don't understand.
Ew. It's like
Actually,
playing ancient stirrings, man.
I no. Gavin would definitely have asked that question if he had come in before the rule revision of up to X cards.
Oh man.
But yeah, I can actually choose a number. Okay, so you play Rin Shibuya, you must pick a number between 0 and 4 right here, right now.
4. Every time. Nils 3 climaxes and a level 3. Cries. But just imagine. It's like playing ancient stirrings. And actually, you know what's funny is that ancient stirrings is broken.
The fuck to say.
Like, oh, ancient stirrings, I can go find a land card. Like, Shivarina and ancient stirrings are almost as important for each other's deck. Like, more so than other Ozzuses for other decks because, again, she helps how should I say this? She shoots Triaprimus into the air when it comes to deck propulsion. Like, she is the fuel that makes this deck go. Like, without her, this deck doesn't. Like, this deck would be significantly weaker. Like, Azusa is one of the most. I think is actually the most banned profile. Commonly banned profile amongst the ban list. I think so.
That should be correct.
That should be correct. So,
I
but yeah,
believe second should be JC's. Oh
come on, man.
no. It's JC, no, not, it's either JC's or anti-heal.
I mean, and yet neither JC or anti-heal are relevant outside of one set in today's metagame. The fact that Bushy Road has to print the Mark III variant.
No,
Has
the fact that we're to go through several revisions on a profile like this before even getting to the Mark III variant says a lot.
like
Yeah, I go from this to Rize to Mark IIs to Rize Mark II's entries, and then finally onto some Mark III.
and to see the original back. How much do you think that would rock the current landscape if even one deck had the original access to the original at 0?
And it's like a very, very robust deck. Right?
Yeah, it's a very robust deck.
That could definitely be a cause for concern.
It would certainly be at S tier.
If not high A tier.
Right, if not high A tier. Like, even considering the upper echelon, only 2 decks have access to original Asusa. And that is Proti the Subaru in Hololive, which not everyone plays, and Ilia. Which Ilia can only be played at 1. Both of those decks, you can only play their Asuses at 1 and have a certain condition. Subaru is a lot more restrictive, sure. And Ilia is just experience too. but still, it means you're playing Ilya at that point. If you don't like the way that Ilya plays, or you don't like Ilya as a franchise, you're kind of SOL out of there. And Hololive, well, you have to go through several hoops just to play Subaru. Now, of course, I think going through those hoops for Hololive is more than acceptable. I'd be more than willing to pay the price for the original. Now, we could mention the Milim package from Slime, but at the same time, that's a hard once per turn. Like, yes, Milim could loop into herself, but you can't activate it till next turn anyway. And the fact that Milim's just a vanilla otherwise. But like, you heard my co-host's reaction earlier. If Whoops was unbanned, LFG put 4 in the deck immediately. Because the card's that good. Now, as we said earlier, Azusa does not make a deck by herself, but she makes a very strong contender. She makes for a very strong contender of a deck. Like, again, with some modern day fixings. Boy. Now, Kaede. I only included her because some certain people might roast me if I didn't include her.
And, there are modern decks that are playing her because of player preference.
The day I became a god, Hina, the trial deck runner, is literally Kaede.
Word for word.
Fans of this show, listeners of this show should know we didn't actually prepare a slide for her. That should tell you how poorly Kaede is aged in today's metagame.
Of course, your mileage may indeed vary.
But even still, dude, Kaede is just an antiquated profile at this point.
Very much so.
Like, again, man, I'd rather play something like Chica Chaser or Gil Thunder.
Something that encourages you to like Unga Bunga a little bit more, right?
Right, as opposed to Kaede Pharrell, it's just too slow. Kaede is just too slow nowadays, man.
Right, and that's why we say here, playing more out of necessity than anything else.
Like, God doesn't even need to play Hina. They have Haunted House Kako. They have other options. They just choose to play Kaede. I'm going, a Pharrell? Oh my god.
No, of course, the argument is going first. Sure, Hina is probably a better card than Kako, but
that's only 50% of the time on average.
Right.
That's only 50% of the time on average, and still, Kako is only 500 smaller.
And
literally.
Right. And if you're doing game field, you're playing like a 2-turn level 0 game, then the Kako will become useful in that follow-up K2 level 0 turn.
Right, or if you're going second.
Right.
Like, hello? Like, and if you have a 2-turn level 0, where do you commonly where do you play in Can I Come? Like, where do you play in Can I Come? Pharrell? Oh. Like, sometimes when people tell me, oh, I played Extreme, I have 2 or 3 turns of level 0, I'm like, where do you play in Can I Come? Like, Pharrell. It makes me go, a card like Kaede just makes me shake my head at this point. Like, it's really hard to justify in today's metagame. Oh, spoiler alert, people, there will be a replacement for Kaede. just say it. Like, you know what, man, you tell them why we didn't even like prepare a slide for Hina back 6 months ago when we did God.
Well, the game is simply too aggressive for a card like the Hina Runner to really be particularly relevant. Also, you're playing a target that wants to have a lot of stock going into level 1 anyway to be able to pop off your events to go into memory for your game plan. So Hina also kind of feels a little counterintuitive.
Like, why would I want effectively a 2K center runner? Like,
Or basically, I'm forced to make a decision between two bad things. Either have a 2K run a center, or
no
have
stock
less
to play my
have
game.
right.
Like, for real?
That's just gross.
Like,
Why not omit the card to begin with and actually get what I want?
like play actual good cards? Like, again,
The Hinga is kind of like one of those examples of, okay, could be useful, but you're probably in the wrong title if you were going to be useful in any meaningful way.
like Niji would have loved Kaede. Like Niji would have loved Kaede. I'll say this right now. Like, let's take Kaede, make her blue, and put her in Niji.
Yep.
Holy shit, we'd be playing her as a 4 of.
But in a title like the game became a god, where you
For
want a lot
real?
of stuff going to level 1, ain't
For
happening,
real.
Chief.
For real, right?
It's very much for real.
Like, or you know, another good example. Like Niji has a dog shit level 0 that could use some help, and Kaede would definitely be a much greater help.
Or heck, Alicization, right?
Oh lord! Some people will be like, the Uchiho Mill Runner's good, man. I'm going, are you for real?
Frick out of here, right?
Where do you play? Can I come? Excuse me, sir and or madam. Where do you play? Can I come? If Yu-Gi-Oh is good. Cards from 2014, man. Pharrell. You know that card is a clone of Kirito. GGO's Kirito. Not GGO's Kirito, but ALO's Kirito. Excuse me. But come on, man. Where it's the one where Kirito pretends to be a girl for some time. I don't know why.
No, are you talking about Gun Gale Online Arc?
Yeah, Gun Gale Online arc. Not the one with the P90. Not with Karen and her P90. I'm talking about where she meets.
No, where Kirito is the more feminine looking avatar, yes.
Yeah, I met Shinon. Like, yeah. Okay, so it is Gun Gale Online. Excuse me. Holy shit, it's been a while. But it's just like you're kidding me, right? Like, or hell, Aobutsu could have used it, but it just and it would be perfect as a blue card because it'd be either Science Bear or Shoko. Bint. Anyways, Project Crone Alice. Hilarious. We actually get to talk about Project Crone Alice again after such a short time. Yes. Remember, and man, we almost replaced Elaine with Alice.
Almost.
Hey, man, if Elaine wasn't a grill, man. Let's say it was Bond instead of Elaine.
To be fair, we replaced frickin' Merlin, and she was a girl.
True. Ooh, Merlin. Ooh.
So that gender-based argument doesn't even work there.
Okay, fair enough.
We just felt Elaine was cute enough to tolerate.
But Merlin? Ooh.
I mean, okay, you like Merlin? We apologize, but also not quite apologize.
Yeah.
Okay, we're definitely getting our hands on the pike.
Or we can edit that one out. But anyways, Alice. She's a staple in even today's decks, man.
A very good example is quintessential quintuplets.
Project Kronitsky. Or hell, even Seven Deadly Sins. Project Chrono Lane.
Yeah.
Literally, the Alice.
Like the card is just printed verbatim.
Like, or hell, even
it's a good thing because Alice here was a double R. these newer ones are
Rares.
lower, usually rare.
Yeah, usually rare. Alice, double rare. Pharrell, Pharrell. But then again, what's Bushy Road and Rarity Creep? Like,
They kind of go hand in hand now at this point, right?
Protein the Subaru's an uncommon.
2023, we're gonna see Project Chrome Alice appearing trial deck posters.
Oh, good lord, no. Good lord, no. Protein the Subaru is an uncommon. What? What? Better than most of the double rares. Uncommon. Are you for real, Bushy? Come on, man. Like,
I mean, to be fair, Gavin, Winter's Moment Akoski isn't uncommon. Just
she
saying.
is? She
Yes.
is?
Yes. And she was representing a trial deck.
We've come full circle, boys.
They've definitely come for a circle long ago.
My Shabrine's a double rare. Pharrell. And yes, I'm actually picking up and looking at my real deck.
I mean, heck, wasn't the original Austin so just a rare?
Let me check.
No, she is technically a special case because she was in a power-up set. Wait, no, she was from the movie set.
Beyond the Brilliant Future is definitely from the movie, so what are you talking about, man?
I mixed uniform.
Masters of Idol World is the power-up.
Excuse me.
Beyond the Brilliant Future is a rare. The original Ozus is a rare. And holy crap, I just touched my Idolmaster deck for the first time in years. Whew. I definitely need to change the oversleeves on this one. Kinda, but anyways, so back to Dedemas here. Dude.
Yeah,
Like
these are zeros that quite a few decks can just appreciate in a nutshell.
If we had just presented the text of these profiles, like presented the level, the power, and the text of the profiles, hiding the name and hiding what set they came from, would you be convinced? Like, if you had to guess, what era they came from, would you guess correctly? Guess the approximate power level too. Like, what would your first impression be of these 4 cards?
I just be like shown ability text, level, and cost, and nothing else.
Ability text, power, and cost.
You are talking to someone who kind of knows a little too much about the game. So
well, just imagine.
I can't sure. Imagine, right?
Just imagine.
Okay, and then I would just go, okay, overall solid cards in a nutshell. That maybe kind of one of those it depends on the title context, right?
Fair enough, but imagine you didn't know what set it's from.
And we just go, okay, overall, okay, pretty solid, pretty solid utility zeros with like 1 runner.
Essentially, I just tried to give you the blind taste test.
Right.
Now, for the audience's sake, I'll just go from Alice to the top. Alice, pretty good actually. Imagine if I just saw the parameters I just set: the level, the cost, the power, and the ability text themselves. And I go, okay, Alice, pretty good card actually. Kaede, a bit sus in today's metagame, but not bad. Depending on what the set wants to do, Kaede can either be a really good card or kind of terrible, to be honest. Media Akagi. Boy, I want this card in most of my decks, man. Sees Shibarin. Bushy, what the fuck are you doing? Pulse, no. Are you trying to break this game? No, Bushy, no. There are several things that we do not resurrect in this world, and Azusa Mark I is one of them. That you do not resurrect from this world back into this game, and we don't resurrect that profile. No, Bushy, no. Bad. Also, Bushy, can you please print this in every single set I play? Okay, thanks. And then runs away. Like, and then they pull the wool under our eyes and goes, wait, we just said really good things about Cinderella Girls cards. That set is 5 years old.
Yep, this is it was like April of 2016.
Yep. And we just said excellent things about a 5 year, like bringing up our real world equivalent timeline. This is from the First World War. Like we just complimented effectively technology. It'd be like us complimenting what was the Model T?
The Ford Model T, yeah.
The Ford man, the Ford Model T was built during World War One, was in production during World War One, man. Imagine complimenting the Model T and still saying it's drivable today.
Oh.
We just did that. We just admitted that on the airwave. But it just goes to show you how good this deck was. And the potential of how good this deck could possibly be again.
Actually, correction. Miyakagi came actually a year, like a little less than a year before the other three. Oh no, both Shibuya and Miyakagi came predate getting Alice by like I believe 8 months or something.
Holy crap! So the first two cards are Civil War technology.
So imagine if we praised the freaking we praised what the freaking
the very first telephone made by Alexander Graham Bell back in the 1870s.
Right, or even just like a late model telegram.
Holy crap! We just complimented that, ladies and gentlemen.
The first Bell phone and the Ford Model T.
Like, holy crap!
Oh, what?
It's a trip down memory lane. And I'm going. Viewers of the show know I get quite emotional when this deck is mentioned. I mean, those of you who watch the Gochi Usa predictions video, will know of a certain card profile coming up. You guys know. I think we should move on to that one.
Yep. Let's go ahead and move on to, well, the central pieces.
Okay, Transcend Pulse now and Karen are still strong cards by today's standards. While some players may view tapping 2 guys the downside to a brainstorm these days, Karen doesn't really do anything. So no other tap 2 brainstorm 5s have come even close to having, to doing what Now did in terms of competitive. The fact that your climax choices are forced matter, as they were good. They were going to be what players played anyways. And the extra power to one of the trio members in the center slot has proven to be crucial in the deck's notorious bulk, while being essential to the revised game plan with the modernizations we intend to propose here. Chancing Pulsing, aka that battleship in a black dress, is a very powerful early play that can still put modern day alternatives to shame, peaking upwards of 14,500 that prevents the opponent from responding directly in our occupied center lane with an early play condition on top of a heal. She was able to put Triad-Prims in a solid position in the metagame at the time, while being hard to deal with in general, as she can still stand at a solid 11-5 in the side columns.
Oh boy.
I mean, dude. Imagine a field of, let me actually fish out this field. I think you know exactly what field I'm talking about.
The background is clearly going to be Transcend Pulse now and Transcend Pulse Karen. Enough said.
Imagine a field of, well, I think you know all 5 cards.
Yep, so it's going to be in the back row, Transcend Pulse now, Transcend Pulse Karen, and in the front row,
there's 3 of them.
3x Transcend Pulse Ring, because screw it.
Come on, man.
They play Stock those people. It's possible.
It only requires 7 stock, and that's easy.
Right.
That's gonna be even easier. Spoiler alert. That's gonna be even easier. No, just imagine how scared of you of that field. Like, imagine. Let's do the blind taste test again.
Right.
Imagine we saw the cost, the cost and the levels, the card text,
Okay.
and the powers. That's it.
And we'll say like the climax. We'll say like the character names and climax names that are referenced. Both of these are like blanked out.
Generic. Yeah, they're generic.
Like imagine like initial Bushiroad style PowerPoints that say like climax A, climax B,
Right.
and character A, character B, character C,
Right.
and character D for transpose Karen.
Right. So just imagine all of that is blanked out. We have no context. We have no context what the rest of the set looks like. Imagine just seeing these three.
Okay, so we look at we look at the brainstorm. I'm going okay. Depending on what those characters are, this will not be too shabby. Depending on what those climaxes are, could also not be too shabby. Okay, looking at the 1-1, I go, okay, a global level assist to a particular set of characters, okay? Could, again, see above comment on these, brainstorm. A specific character gets an additional 1,000 power, okay. And, this climax combo of just giving one lane Shimakaze, kinda iffy now. Okay, I look at a level 3 2 drop, but okay. Gold standard early play condition. Okay, pretty neat. The thing heals me. Reserve just gets big because effort. And oh wait, reserve checks. Oh, if in the center lane, my opponent can't do anything. That sounds pretty effing good.
Okay. All right, blind taste test for myself now. Brainstorm tap 2 brainstorms 2021. Pick one. Are you for real, Bushy? Come on. Center slot gets 1,000. Okay. Okay, these three names better be important. Otherwise, that center case gonna do fuck all. I mean, okay, Karen. She gets 1,000 to a very specific card. Why? Why? This card better be really fucking important. Otherwise, this center K does literally nothing. Global level assist? Wait, what? No way. Okay, I'll admit this to the audience. I thought level assists were fucking global. Thanks to this girl. I thought level assists were global. All of them were global.
Oh, fuck, imagine.
I think Karen spoiled me that badly. Giving one column Shimakaze upon playing a certain climax. That's not enough in today's metagame. Reads the girl in a black dress. Okay. Gold standard early play condition. 329k. Kind of weak. TBH. Okay, she healed me. Whoopee. I have 9,000 other early play heals. Literally, all of my other decks play better early play heals. It doesn't heal me to stock? What the fuck is this? Okay. If in center slot she gets big, is 11k-ish. And no risk. Oh, baby, that's pretty good, actually. Okay, screw it, I take everything back. This card good. Now, Bushiroad pulls the wolves over her eyes. Wait, what? No way. It's those three. Oh, I see you, Bushy. Okay. Actually, this package is really... Okay.
Now things look,
Now things
pretty
make a lot more
tasty.
sense. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's go back to the previous page and actually give a doggo score for each of the cards.
Okay, sure.
No limited here, just based on their constructed playability.
Alright. Okay, bring Shibuya up. Easily playable plus.
Oh, god damn it. I'm tying your hands too, sir.
I tied my own hands before you did.
Oh, fuck.
Maybe Kagi. I also gotta give her the playable plus.
Yeah, I gotta insist here on that one. I gotta insist here. Cut it.
shaky. I guess in its title, we're very based on now, right? Just to make sure.
Yeah, we're basing this on today's standards.
How do I give it a niche at best? I think at this point.
Oh, I'll slap the Pharrell on this one, man. I'll slap the Pharrell.
Fair. Alice.
We gave Elaine the playable, so I guess we have to here.
Yeah, give it a playable here. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then the three pieces. Now, oh well. Careful viewers of this show would know how I feel about all three of these cards.
But you're gonna have to give them all the same thing. Right?
Of course, and my
Alright.
hands are, and I have to tie my own hands here. I have to.
Fair
Dude,
enough.
this package is that good still. Like, again, Karen to me feels like an older version of Homepage. Like, she does a lot. She carries this deck effectively. That global level assist, sure. In a lot of cases, it's going to be just a global 5. Dude, a global 5 attached to a good ability, like, I think a lot of people would kill for a card like Karen. I think a lot of people would kill for a card like her, especially, like, imagine if Cinderella Girls had Standby.
Ooh.
But then again,
The
you'd be tied.
problem is, well,
The package ties you down.
yeah.
The package ties you down, but just imagine, like Shebrain is played by herself. I've seen her as a standalone card. She's okay in non-Tri-Primus decks. Like, honestly, without the rest of the package, she kind of sucks, honestly speaking. I'll say that objectively. She sucks without the rest, without Nao and Karen giving her backup. But again, that's thematic. You know, these three have known each other since middle school. You know, and the thing is that no response is, well, listen to the performance. You know, she's like, don't you dare go on your phone. You're listening to me. Kind of dealio. Like, you feel that kind of energy. You feel that kind of energy from it. And the thing is that she stomps you down at 14,500. Like, what are you doing against her, man?
It's very hard to be big enough on the defensive, if at all.
Right. And the thing is that,
Like unless there's something like Day Alive with the ability to, play that stupid Yoshino bomb, forget it.
again, they had to pay one and pay another one just to get rid of her, just to move her to center slot, just to get rid of her.
I don't get a Day Alive player.
Again, man, they paid the same cost as an early play. At that point, fuck it. You know, if the proposal were to come true, I don't think the Tri-Primus player cared. In fact, they actually want the Data Life player to spend 2 stock to get rid of their center slot. Like, that's costing them resources while the TP player still got a hit in, still did damage. They couldn't do shit about it, and it healed them. Like, they lost 1 stock and healed and did 2+ damage, while the Data Live player, sure, they lost 2 stock and they did 2 damage. I think that's a pretty good exchange, don't you think?
Very fair.
But at the same time, though, like, can you imagine anti-changing her after she's already attacked once? Like, one of the side lanes attacks, and you have the anti-change in your hand.
In the current metagame, unless you play a cheaper one, not really.
So, actually, I'm going to put you in. Actually, I pulled out this deck a couple nights ago against Ian, our guest star Ian, for a couple of trial games. You know, he pulled out Mono Blue Gochi Usa. Note, he is not playing Cocoa in that deck. He's playing the traditional sack counter.
Okay.
He's playing the traditional sack counter, and I've already attacked with center call. I've already attacked with the center call. No responses. He took it. Now, I'm starting to run low-ish on resources. I'm starting to run low-ish. I attacked with a side lane. His guy's gonna die regardless of counter or not. He's down to around 3 stock. He has around 4 cards in hand. I have around 4 stock and around 3 cards in hand. You have anti-change is now opened up to you as an option. Do you do it or not?
A regular sack counter.
Correct. If you need to, life state is he's 3-1. I am 2-4.
And this is only your second attack.
So yes, on my second attack, center column has already attacked once.
I think at that point I have no choice.
Really, now you would legitimately sacrifice all of your stock to do it.
So let me think here. Okay, this is doing. What's the trigger is a blank, by the way, or?
Yes, trigger is blank.
The trigger is blank. Well, in that case, and the other one can only and your last one can swing up to what? 2 max. Maybe
Yes,
3?
the center lane.
The center lane started swung over. I'm at grade 1, right?
Yes, and the last lane is a 1-0 shitter.
Oh, then I just take it.
Take it? Okay. Fair enough. If you care about what you're I think he's playing. I think he was playing a Maya card at the time. Maya or Mega. I can't remember which one it is. He was playing some random shitter that wouldn't survive the 11-5's attack. So actually, Ian decides, fuck it, anti-change it.
Oh.
By the way, he won that duel. But come on, man, what were you expecting? What were you if you're expecting me to win that duel? Whew.
I mean, it sounded like you were in a decent position at the time.
Not really. I got pushed too hard, man. Again, man. This deck has a great level 0 game. But I'm competing against Gochi Usa. Like, Gochi Usa is a really good deck, dude. You know, people don't give it enough credit.
They don't.
You know, I feel it's one of the most underrated S tier sets in the game. But regardless, though, man, what would you give this package nowadays on the Doggo scale?
Okay, I had to give the level 3 a playable plus for sure.
Okay.
I can't give the other 2 pieces a solid playable.
Oh man. All right, fair enough.
Like, yes, they're good cards, but I wouldn't call them amazing cards.
I go, well, they go together.
They do go together, but I think one carries the weight more than.
Oh well. I mean, getting a haircut Shino, like, it was literally based off this card. And again, man, the fact that I was even willing to even consider that card as a prediction for a 2021 deck just goes to show you, dude, even on the side lanes, Shibarin is bigger than almost every single early play in the game currently. You know, hell, it's chart time. Fuck it. Let's go ahead and look at the chart here. Okay, Sympho gear. Oh hell yeah! Like if they have the level support, sure, but if not, those Valkyries are toast. Ichigasaki, take it away, my man.
Forget it.
Forget it. Charlotte. Unless you somehow get Ayumi, what level 2 game? Goshi Usa. Chino's gonna need a bit of help. And unless you're running the 2-1 or the 1-1 support Shadow, forget it. She's dead. Hololive. Hololive's kind of a variable on this one. It really depends on the deck.
Right, depends on what you build. I think like the only one that could maybe reasonably defend it is
Maybe Sora.
Sora. If you do we bring up the possibility of the replaying to that card?
No, I don't think so. Like Feroman, the engine of that is so terrible. It's not even worth it.
Okay.
Suisei Unravel. Suisei Unravel is my only comment when it comes to Suisei early play. Fubuki? No. Fubuki's a clone of Ayumi. Like, a lot of the only reason why she's so good nowadays is because not a lot of decks play their supports anymore. Not a lot of decks play support anymore, so she can just fucking steamroll through them. SAO 10th anniversary. Both of them get mowed down. Dell? Yeah, dignified appearance gets mowed down. That's the one people tend to play. Even under the Blue Sky Kurumi and Black Cloth Spirit also get mowed down. Gotsubu no Hanayome. Yes, this mows down my Ichika too. This mows down Ichika. Itsuki, yes, also gets mowed down. Oshogatsu, are you Pharrell? Like, Oshogatsu has to choose something to not die. So, even if you have counter for Oshogatsu, fuck out of here.
Excuse me, counter?
Only in the center slot, dude. Only in center slot. I'm talking about the side lanes, dude.
Oh.
Center slot, forget it. You're not killing her. Bomb her or die. A day I became a god. Are you for real? Bomb meme. Take it away, my man.
Well, Rouse on craziness to QQ with the Pario could automatically give side pressing post range trouble.
But that's about it. She can't threaten center slot.
No.
And Pario can't threaten the other side lane either. Pario has to either choose side or crash. And I think majority of players would just choose to side there and do 0 damage.
Has to keep the QQ wall safe, right?
Okay, sure. But then Choo Choo can also be threatened by the counter too. So that's kind of a trade-off there.
No tricky, yeah.
Grisaya, are you for real? No way. A Loveless Sunshine, take it away, my man.
Well, if you are able to bring out a Chica, Mirai Talkami, that is, sure, that could give side trans and post rings trouble.
But
and
center column?
Center column, forget it. And I guess if you were able to, or I guess you also bring out, what was the phrase? Mirai no Bokura wa Shiteru yo Watanabe in front of a Mirai Rico, sure.
Sure. I mean, it's kind of a toss-up there, but Sunshine is probably one of the better bets against it.
Yeah, definitely. You have bulky early plays versus most other titles.
Princess Connect Redive. Sauron dies. Kyaru Aqua Pharrell. We don't speak about that card. And if you're my apprentice, Kokoro, well, he's paying the trade for her anyways. Who cares? DeCapo. Rika can't kill her. Neither can Nino. Fate Grand Order. Can Lion King kill this thing, man? Can Lion King kill her, man?
Lion King kill. Lion King was a what? 10,000 if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
And the assist is a low assist if I'm not mistaken. So I think that's actually a tie.
Oh no, Lion King's a two. Lion King assist is a 2K, and his
Okay,
ass got off the.
so 12,000, right?
Oh no, Lion King is 11K. Excuse me, if you're playing the game.
Okay, so 13K.
So counter or die.
Yeah.
Actually, Mordred can also do work too.
Yeah, Morsha could do a little bit of work.
Mordred's 13K base. Behind a Lion King, she's 15K.
Oh, well go.
Yeah, but Mordred gets destroyed in response, man.
Classic yellow card.
I don't think King Arthur and his knights care.
No.
If Mordred dies in response.
No. The Lion King does not care.
Fuck out of here. And Mordred will definitely come down. Are they playing the game? I still can't believe they brought back that condition, man. Like, wait, what? What do you mean? Opponent has level 3. Are they playing the game?
Imagine.
Can you imagine a matchup where your opponent doesn't have an early play?
I mean, just a reverse your own chart. There's a small number of talents over there that are kind of like, I don't care about.
The day I became a god?
One of few, yes.
Charlotte, maybe?
Charlotte maybe, yeah. They may able to spend a stock for Ayumi.
Does Princess Connect fucking count?
I think they actually aim to play early plays.
Oh, not just spam fucking Hanakawa combo 5 ever?
No?
And that's what Apprentice fucking does all the time, man.
Okay, so against every other Princess Connect guy player.
Okay, for anyone who doesn't belong in the goddamn loony bin. Goddamn loony, like, dude, the fucker's insane half the time, man. Shit. But again, you played against us, ass.
I did.
And
that guy
yeah,
would definitely do things out of the ordinary.
Well, anyways, regardless, FGO, thinking. Actually, no, FGO does.
Oh,
Camelot.
FGO with Camelot will do some work.
Yeah, Mordred the Lion King can do work.
Huh?
Man, but although I would definitely anti-change fucking Lion King if I could.
Fair enough.
Hey man, I don't want to eat the Mickey bird. Do you?
Most people wouldn't. Let's be honest here.
As Charlotte, I don't give a flying fuck. As Charlotte, I don't give a flying fuck. but I'm Charlotte. I don't care about 99% of you. Kaguya-sama. Yeah, Miyuki's gonna give us some trouble. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, he will.
He big. He real big.
He wag.
But again, most of the metagame fucking struggles against Miyuki. Let's face it here.
Yeah. Miyuki's kind of like a modern take on Tresson Post Ringing.
Fresh son of a.
Am I wrong?
No. No. And man, you're using my own phrasebook against me. Actually, no. That's a very That's actually a very good question. The day I became a slime. Shion could give the side columns trouble. Ranga dies horribly if they're playing them. Memories of Japan. Are you for real? And they play that weird pig thing in Standby. And Shuna early play as a copy of Dignified Appearance Toka. I can tell you're already bored of this one. Slime, no. Adventure time! No, definitely not. Konosuba, are you for real? Love Live. No? Alicization. See above. Summer Pockets. Definitely not. Mushoku Tensei, take it away, my man.
Believe unless you're playing Standby, forget it.
ReZero. No, right? Unless you have the support, no, right?
Yeah, basically.
A Prisma Ilia. No. They have Aqua, if I remember correctly.
I think unless you're playing, I think it's like the Mushoku Tensei problem. Unless you're playing standby, forget it.
Oh, okay. Especially no if you are Kaleidoscope. But if you're Kaleidoscope, why do you care?
Right.
If you're Kaleidos. So yeah, man. The top 25 sets in the game are scared of a 2016 early play. What world do we live in, man? Okay. Am I wrong, sir? Am I wrong?
Apparently not.
Most of the metagame is scared of an early play from 5 years ago. Like, oh lord, like, can you imagine? Can you imagine sitting across that board that we mentioned earlier in this section? Like, how scared would you be of that board?
Is that the correct answer?
Yes, is definitely the correct answer. I'd be scared too, man. Shit, they healed, and man, the TP player had to play 6 stock to summon 3 of them.
And?
I don't think they cared. I don't think they went from 2-3 to 2-zip, man. 2-3 to 2-zip, and you're facing 3 of them. Power totals of them: 11,500, 14,500, 11,500.
Excuse me, I forgot to bring up one important card in Mushoku Tensei that I've completely blanked out on.
Okay.
There is an early play Rugies with a school brain condition that gains uncounterable for a cycle.
Okay, power totals?
So he's 9,000 normally. Experience 6 or higher, he becomes a 10-5.
Alright.
And for again on the turn for the cycle that he's playing, he gets 4,500 power, and all players cannot play counters for the cycle.
Oh, hot damn! Okay, so Rudius can actually take out the center.
Yep, there you go. So Mushoku Tensei people are safe.
For 1 cycle, you know what? Fuck it. This girl isn't that important. I'll pay the goddamn tray if I have to. If I don't have condition, fuck it. I'll pay the tray. I'll mow Rudius down in response, man. I'll mow
Rudius is defending. So on that center lane, he's defending for 15,000.
15,000. I play the climax. 15-5.
Okay, there you go. Yep. Mushoku Tensei player can also not play counters, so you Gucci.
He's done. He's done. But and man, Mushoku Tensei deleted 3 of my stock. That's pretty good, if you ask me.
So there you go. Rudius is your guy. Yeah.
Right, man. Hey, Rudius is on board here, okay? But seriously though, man, the fact that we're talking about a 5-year-old early play and we're praising the crap out of it blows my mind, dude. I have such good memories of this girl. She is my phone background, by the way. But I think you knew that. But anyways, man. Let's move on to part 3 of why we should modernize this set.
Of course. So, unfortunately, the Tri-Primus deck was not without its weaknesses. Its level 1 game plan is honestly the weakest link. The level 1 lineup was typically composed of effective vanilla cards that do next to nothing and are simply too low in power to handle standby these days. Other level 1 characters have to beat standby, be standby itself, or character slash plus to be considered competitive. However, Transient Post carrying next a single Shimakaze style ability on a single lane at best, which is not even close to sufficient in the meta of today. That said, the deck has an over-reliance on the Triad Primus Climax, with the complementary Transient Post Climax serving primarily as a potential brainstorm hit, and Climax complementary for passing idle now, if that. The deck also just lacks answers to standby period, which makes sense since this product predates the existence of the standby trigger, and luckily Power of Smile Ring is still suitable as a top-end focus, as few people are carrying responses for her if they even have access to them.
How scared are you of a restand, man?
they could still do nasty things like getting extra instance of damage.
Right, but are you scared of them, man? Are you actually scared of them nowadays, man?
Overall, no. It's one of those like, okay, there's a slight chance that they could just kill me.
Right, but at the same time,
It's not as scary as like burn damage or multiple burn instances on a single card.
okay, what are you more scared of? The Valkyrie twins, or this?
Yes, I'm more scared of Kirika and Shirabe. Well,
Hello? The Valkyrie twin. I like it how you knew exactly who I was talking about too. Yeah, those two are scary, man. But at the same time, restanders, like even Bushiroad themselves have said, restanders aren't that great nowadays. Spending time off. Oyama Blue Mountain is a classic example. She is easily the cheapest double rare in Olagochi Usa, if I remember correctly. It's either that or her assistant Reed Matse.
I think they should be tied.
They should be they're tied for the cheapest. And Oyama is simply a better version of Power of Smile here. Because Oyama has Fate Seal too. And Power of Smile is literally just a vanilla restand. They both have actually, both of them have the exact same costs.
So the difference is Power Smile Ring does she does come down as effectively a 1 cost.
Correct. So, thinking about it though, I'm saying that...
And also, Ring combo is on, well, Dry Primus, a stock soul.
There's a stock soul versus a pants. A lot of people will scoff at that stock soul, man. And I'm going, why would you scoff at a stock soul? Stock souls are very useful. Like,
there were mega decks playing in the mid 2010s.
Right. And yet people see a stock soul combo nowadays, they just go, ugh.
Even though it's like a more flexible stock soul, like instead of saying stock soul color, they say stock soul level 1 or lower.
And people still scoff at it. And I go, what's wrong with stock souls? And I'm saying that Power of Smile is still decent, even in 2021.
Sure, not particularly scary, but still has potency.
Still solid. She can still do something.
Like, extra instance of damage for not too expensive price.
3 stock in a card, not too bad. I mean, considering it's on a fucking stock soul?
On a stock soul, she herself comes down for effectively 1.
Yeah, I just looked at the card in person. It's three and a card.
But Ring's on playability plus the stock soul pays for part of it.
Right, pays for a pretty big part of it actually. Like, just imagine it. Hell, I remember Randall making a video about how to do this combo properly back in the day. Do you remember?
I vaguely remember.
I remember that. I remember watching that video.
That was under his older.
That was under his Peshcats name.
Right.
That was when he was still known as Peshcats, not Shizukats like he's known now. I remember that because, well, back then I had no idea what I was doing. 5 years ago.
And to most people's credit, the way that Power Smile Ring worked was a little unconventional for a restand at that particular time. Most restands were usually on attack restand or on reverse restand.
It's not when your other character attacks restand.
Right. Like,
because
yeah, before this card, like, what?
Again, it isn't actually all that complicated. It isn't that complicated.
It was just working a way that people have not really seen before.
It was really confusing for the time. I can understand why that video exists.
Right. Like you understand where I'm coming from when I say like the way that most other restands worked at this time.
Right. I get that. Remember, dude, I'm from the World War I era.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about.
Like, I think was it the nose? No. I remember there's a restand in Original Generation that was
Hanayo?
Hana, yeah. The Rice Druid restand, that was a reversal combo.
No, she was on attack.
Oh, she's on attack? Oh. But she required a climax combo.
Yeah.
So it's, you pay the cost and then she restands immediately afterwards.
Which means that if she does get reversed or something like that happens,
The restand is effectively denied.
Yeah.
Which,
But
again,
like,
that's
in a way it reads like you should say on reverse, but
I just remember her being. I just remember Victor saying that you need to reverse with her, which
we're
technically,
talking about the one from the School Idol Festival Volume 2 set, right?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
I believe that Hangout actually said on attack pay costs
Right,
to restand her.
but the way that he was telling me about it, it was effectively needing a reversal.
Right. Well, the idea is if Hanao is in front of a character, then he effectively has to reverse the
Reversed.
character.
Right. That's why he was emphasizing reversal to me back then. Because even though it didn't say on reverse, it might as well be.
Right. The only time that Hanao was basically free is if she was attacking into empty.
Which you don't want to attack. Really, man? Really gonna attack for 5 in that empty lane? For real? No, it's only 4. Excuse me. It's 5 with trigger.
Yeah.
But still, man. You want to.
Yeah. You want to be able to like get some get like more concise damage.
It's like, come on, man. You want to swing for 5 at end game? Like, come on, man. This is asking to be canceled. That point. This is asking for a cancel. That point. Shit. It's not. And she's 3 in a card too. Now, I don't think the Rice Druid version saw any play.
Very seldom.
I don't think she saw any play back then, but still, this card, like, even in today's, like, a very comparable modern day example is Shion from 10th Annie. She was on a pants, and she is a Diglett, ETB. She's a Diglett. Versus Power of Smile here. And honestly, man, give me this.
That draw 2, discard 2 to stock top.
Yeah, that's so much better, dude. Now, Shinon is 2 and 2 cards. Which,
Okay, sure. The gateway partially makes up for second card.
But I don't know about you, man, but I find 3 in a card easier to pay for on a stock soul than 2 and 2 on a pants, even with a Diglett.
That could make sense, yeah.
Like, which would you rather pay?
I'd probably pick Power Smile Ray myself, yeah.
You probably pick Power of Smile. A lot of people were equating Power of Smile to. In fact, if I remember correctly, I made the Power of Smile reference when we reviewed that card back in 10th Annie.
I believe so.
I believe so, but I'm not 100% sure, as 10th Annie was a long time ago at this point for us. So, at the same time, though, Power Smile to me is like, it's one of those cards that makes me go, crap. It's one of those end games where I have to respect it, but I'm not that scared of it. Like, if I die to this, I don't feel terrible. Like, sure, it's not the most potent end game, but like, it's better than, say, Under the Moonlight Itsuki, which some Itsuki lists do play. Like, I'd be more scared of this than Itsuki and Yukata, wouldn't you? Like, even
probably, yeah.
like Itsuki and Yukata, sure, even if I gave them the reversal, even if you had guaranteed reversal fodder, you're more scared of Power of Smile than Itsuki and Yukata. And now that I think about it, Power of Smile is honestly just like, it's not the worst thing on the planet, but it's not the best thing either. And she's appropriately priced compared to a lot of top ends in the upper echelon. Sure, she's strictly worse than Oyama Blue Mountain, but honestly, honestly, with the proposed revisions, I think this could be better than Mono Blue Ghost Usa. I think this could be better than that deck. But regardless, though, man. Okay. Show of hands, people. How many of you knew about Now as an idol having a combo before this presentation? Did you know, dude?
I did.
Damn it.
I'm seeing almost everyone. I think almost everyone that played this deck played this as like a 1 or 2 of.
So you knew about it.
Yeah.
You knew that. Oh, well, I can't keep any.
That transcend pulse combo with something, yes.
I didn't think you would know that, dude. I thought
No,
every time you
almost everyone that played this deck had this combo as like a 1 or 2 of.
right, but how many times was it sprung upon you?
I'll either see it like appear in clock or making room, or it will come up like once every 4 or 5 games.
But very rarely will it enter the battlefield.
Right. Like you'll see the card like appear in a public zone kind of thing.
But your opponent will either clock it or it'll hit the brave.
Right, and they go like, okay, now I need it, then they'll spring it on.
Or how often did you see Azusa being picked up on Asusa?
Once,
no, right?
Once, if that.
Really, man? It's not no?
It might have been like because I was like either the only choice or the other choices were irrelevant.
Oh, okay. So, but like, this card is so seldomly seen.
Right.
I play this card in my own personal deck as a one of. But at the same time, man, like Triprimus is such good deck selection, has such good selection that you don't need her as more than a one of. Like Transient Pulse is
the funny story is that the combo part itself just gets you a blind draw. If she reverses a level 2 or higher, then you get a search. Period. Combo or not.
no, sir, that's not how it works.
I say level 3 or higher. I'm trying to read the card.
When this card attacks, if you have Transient Pulse in your climax area, this card gains 2k, becomes a 9k.
And gains the following ability during a turn when this card's battle point becomes reversed, draw 1, right?
Yes, draw a card. And she gets the bottom deck. She's a level 3 killer that bottom decks.
Oh, she gains 4. I completely misread that.
She gets 4,500. So, again, with the appropriate back row, now is swinging as a 12-5 without the combo. That's pretty decent, honestly. That reads like a modern day card, doesn't it?
Just a bit.
Just a bit. Slightly older, but
well, actually, now it's quite different from your typical level 3 killer period.
Sure. Typical level 3 killer is 7k, base 7k, gain 6k when fighting a level 3.
Right. I don't think anything has even been cloned off of now, period.
No.
If at all. Maybe like once or twice in like some obscure product.
Like, this set is like Albuta. This set's like Albuta. Not many things have been cloned from this set. Nao is like, what would you even give Nao nowadays under the Doggo scale? Under today's metagame?
Probably a solid playable.
Yeah, I give Nao here the playable actually. Like, dude, if she's in center slot swinging with that combo, she's 16,500, man. That will cantrip you and bottom deck that early play. Like, holy crap, that's huge. But then again, you gave up your center slot for Nao. That's
a question mark at that point.
Well, what are you doing at that point? So implying that she's not in the center slot, she still bats for 15,500. That still sends most early plays to the Dark Aether. Like, holy crap. You would be pretty scared to put your early plays in front row, wouldn't you? Would you? Wouldn't you?
A little bit. The main thing is, if I brought out 3 early plays, I probably hopefully did 6+ damage.
Right. Hopefully. Unless your opponent god cancels.
Right.
Oh, but at that point, crying. But at that point, it doesn't matter what deck you're playing against. They just triple cancel, and you're on the struggle bus now. Power of Smile. What would you give her now?
I think the playable is still.
The playable is still fun, and you know what? I agree with. I honestly agree. Like, dude, we're giving good ratings to cards that are 5 years old. The Pharrell. That just proves the power of this deck. That kind of just proves it right then and there, dude. Like, can you believe the words that are coming out of your mouth? Honestly speaking.
Yes and no. Yes, because I'm aware these cards were able to. These cards hold up well for their time. No, because the cards are freaking old. Yeah.
I go, wait, I'm giving a 5-year-old deck good ratings? What is? It's like, is something wrong with me? What's going on here? In a deck with immense power creep, I'm giving a 5-year-old deck such good ratings.
It definitely feels a little absurd.
But again, well, yes, level 1 sucks. I don't think any Tri-Primus pilot could really defend it. Like, come on,
Especially
man.
in a modern day.
Oh, come on, man. Oh, sure. For her time, dude. Even for her time, I felt guilty playing vanillas.
But you've also felt like you were playing something effective.
I didn't know any better.
Oh.
Remember, I didn't know any better.
But at the same time, for the majority of Tri-Primus players, it worked.
It worked.
Like, much to my chagrin on the receiving end of this deck, this worked.
Again, man. Let's go back to the time travel scenario. You visited me 5 years ago at World Grand Prix. It's October 2016. I sit across from you at World Grand Prix. What were you playing at the time? We don't know each other, by the way. Actually, no. You know who I am. I don't know who you are.
During this time, I'm playing either Love Live or Madoka Magica.
Madoka Magica. You sit across from me. Opening discard. I ask, what are you playing? Would you answer that question?
I mean, I could for courtesy's sake. I was probably nicer back then, so sure, I'll tell you Madoka Magica.
And you just glare at me. What would your reaction to me playing this deck would be?
I go, great, another one.
Another one? And I heard you say that. I'm going, why did you say that?
I mean, it's look around you.
A bunch of Gatorade around here, sir.
Really.
Yeah.
Quite a few of you people. Maybe not here specifically, but other parts of other parts I've been playing at.
Okay, fair enough. Again, man, remember, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm a beginner at this game.
But I didn't know that.
You would destroy me.
I wouldn't know that until we started playing.
Oh, well, again. Well, let's say the duel continues.
Okay?
I'm doing relatively poorly. I'm struggling, man.
And I'm trying to take advantage.
And you utterly crush my hand.
Somehow.
Go.
Though
And
I guess Malka can kind of do it because we do play a 4K unironically.
what? What 4K unironically? What downside does it have, man?
It's just your typical It's not a downsize. It's the typical 2 or fewer stock QB 4K.
Oh, for real? You guys play this shit?
It's 2016, dude.
Yeah?
Speak for yourself. Important place. Kayage.
Oh, at least she ran, okay? But then again, you knowing that would easily trap Kaede.
Yep. Chua goes Maoka on turn 2.
And you knowing me now, you could anticipate every move by 2016 me could ever make.
I think I could.
You could probably anticipate every single move of it. And I'd ask, how the hell did you crush me so easily? I'm playing one of the best decks in the game. Madoka, I've never heard of your set before, man. How did you beat me? Would you even answer that question?
I mean, I could.
And would you actually tell 2016 me that?
I've seen what you could do, or...
And I'd be like, wait, what the fuck? You know who I am?
You'll understand that later.
I see. Ugh. And of course, wait a second, I recognize your ass. You crushed me last year. How dare you? How dare you? Ugh. But anyways, so yes. Yes, people. Yeah. Again, 2021, yeah, version of him could easily crush the 2016 version of myself. And vice versa. I go back in time and I crush your ass. I'd be like, oh, hello there, sir.
I won't deny it. I won't deny it.
I'll be like, prepare to be destroyed. Fuck out of here. You know what? Fuck it. I'm playing TP. You know, I'm gonna avenge my 2016 self with TP. But anyways, so let's move on to past the modernization part.
Yep.
Here's the solution, people. 5 cards, 5 or fewer. This is to keep the original spirit and essence of the deck as it was first designed. No climax replacements, as the stock soul and the pants are good enough. We're taking existing profiles, unlike the prediction series, that have found more success in recent times, and implement them with proper names and text changes to ensure their synergy with the rest of the card pool. All right, let's go with card number 1 here.
Right, so only one promise ring. It'll be a level 1, 0 cost, 4500 power with the music trait, and she'll be blue. So continuously you're playing a game, she gets 1000 power. And at the beginning of your climax step, if Transcend Pulse is in your climax area, if you're playing the game, and you meet the fever condition, search your deck for up to 1 music character, reveal it as your answer for your deck. So this is a take on the Nino climax combo in the Couple Go Signal. This is to provide both bulk and selection across multiple lanes, in contrast to Transcend Pulse Karen providing set selection on just one. Transcend Pulse will be the climax necessary for this combo to allow the climax to see more use than it currently does. The Fever-esque condition for this combo is difficult for players to deny, and has proven success in titles such as, well, the Double Dosego itself, with Simple Gear and Hololive production. The search is to help with the deck's intent to reach refresh sooner.
Okay, so typically I like to build decks that where my combo fetches from the exact opposite zone of my brainstorm. But in this, I'm going, nah, fuck it, more tutoring.
We just gotta go all in, right?
We're going more tutoring, boys. Now, the reason why I didn't go, let's put it on the stock soul. First off, that makes fever much easier to deny. That makes the fever condition much easier to deny. And 2, I wanted to utilize that pants a lot more. Because, man, 4 Shimikazes, Pharrell, that's a bit much. And yes, only one promise here is defendable. Defendable at 6k, 7,000. So imagine 6, 7, and 6. Does that sound defendable to you, man, in today's metagame?
Overall, yes.
Sounds very defendable to me, especially center column. Shit, 9k after Sae? Oh god, I have to either be standby or bomb it. Which
I'm sorry, is it just me or say, like, did you purposely pick Nino because she looks kinda like Ren?
happenstance on that one. That was a happenstance.
Okay, fair.
But now that you mention it, she kind of does actually. I was like, she has a similar hairstyle to Nao actually.
Probably closer to now than a
Oh,
little bit of both.
she has Karen's hair color.
Oh fuck. This goes too deep now.
Hey man, you fucking started shoveling.
Shoveling.
Oh
And
man.
I have dug into this hole.
But at the same time, man, like think about it. Modern day decks really like fever based combos. Like modern day decks absolutely love fever base,
Like
and
they're considered to be like they're both fair and effective.
they're both very fair and very effective. And and giving it to Triad Primus, oh boy,
I plays into your game very well, you know. Again, as Gavin has said about these fever S combos, be bigger or kill over.
you can't just empty your columns and be like, haha,
Yeah, nope. Runners,
nope.
screw you. Chasers, screw you. JCs,
JC,
definitely screw you.
definitely a screw you. Oh, JC's, thanks for guaranteeing it.
Thank you for paying the one.
You paid the one to do nothing, sir.
Or
Oh,
or worse, you're those out sensation players playing Cardinal. You dinged yourself.
thank you for taking one damage of your own volition, sir. Take next column. Take the tray. Take the tray. Oh, or the quad if I trigger. Take it, man. Take it, man. Like shit. Even if they cancel it, man, they still took one damage of their own volition. I'll take that.
Huh?
Like,
Thank you, Cardinal. Very cool.
thank you, Cardinal. Very cool. Like again, this reaches 8,000, 7, 8, and 7 going in. That's kind of hard to deny if you ask me.
For a lot of
That's
decks, definitely.
that's gonna be hard to either that or they're gonna have to drop their counters, which means you just emptied out your hand. Thank you. If you even run that many counters.
Right. Necessarily
Like
they're packing two,
one,
maybe
two,
three max.
three, and you're gonna fetch all three counters?
Necessarily no way.
No way. And even if you did fetch all three counters, how are you gonna protect center column, man? 8,000 incoming.
That's a bit of an ask.
Right. Like, whoo, like this can get kills on so many things in the current metagame. It's not even funny. Like, again, man, shit. Whew, boy. And of course, I had to put Best Girl on there too. Shit. Man. Like, I play a lot of these combos, basically. I play a lot of these combos, actually. And you know what? They're very fair. They're very serviceable. I love them. I fall in love with these combos, man. Like, come on, man. Dude, they're fair. They're fair for both of us. If you're willing to put in the effort to deny this, okay, fair enough. If you're unwilling to put in the work to deny this, I'm gonna feast on you. And I have a defendable body. Like, again, man. Like, would you have preferred this on the stock soul?
Oh, not necessarily.
Not necessarily. The pants is better in this case, right?
That's like the extra 1,000.
And putting this on the pants makes the deck function more like a traditional deck at this point. You have the stock soul at 3, and you have the pants at 1. Kind of like every other deck in the game.
Well,
But anyway,
but you know, you do have like that slight flexibility.
oh, true. And the pants also works on now as an idol.
And Triprimus still could pop off that Karen if for some reason.
Oh, come on, man. That's only if you're desperate.
That's your desperate, but you know, it is there. It is, or you know, follow up turn.
And man, and you know what? That that single Shiva Kaze is better than the Megumin combo from Konosuba. Is better than the Megumin combo from Konosuba. Like, I get to fetch the level 3 and blind stock Pharrell. Ugh. I'd rather just get whatever I want. Screw the stock. Oh wait, I already got the stock from the stock soul. Like, and the fact that I could select it too is even better. And Megumin is just a vanilla. You know, as a 5500, like, come on, I'm at least attacking it. I can at least choose my center column, which is a 7K. That's so much better than vanilla, man. But anyways, on to the next card.
Okay.
Alicization exploding, Karen. Well, Alicization exploding. Well, okay, so 003K. So she has one soul, is music, and color blue. This card cannot side attack, and it's a clean cut. So the clean cut will help bring back Dead Aimless's level 0 game to the modern day, and possibly propel it to having the best level 0 in the game. Entire meta game without having to suffer through possible RNG faults seen in titles like Gochi Usa. With Transcend Close Now, this card is a bloody 4K instead of lane. Always. Definitely capable of proving hard to dispose of. Like, god damn, man. Imagine sitting in front of the 4K Karen clean cuts.
Oh?
No, right? Like, god damn, how am I killing this? What's your downside? Oh, I can't side. Pharrell?
Get out of here.
Get out. just imagine that, man. Like,
Also,
how
was
is
that supposed to like rename Geese? I didn't feel like coming up with a new name.
that's Bushy Road's bilk, not ours.
True.
That's Bushy Road's job, not ours, man.
I could have technically like did some scarring, but fuck it.
Fuck it. I don't care. I don't care. What matters is the profile. Yes, we love to stress names on this show, but oh, come on. And the thing is that okay, man, was like the reason why Gochi Usa doesn't have definitively the best level 0 game in the metagame is because pretending to be Rabbit House Mocha is too RNG. It's too subject to RNG. Michigasaki has laughable level 0s. Simple Gear.
Screw it. I'll purposely like start using names that I see in like the Cinderella Girls Starlight Stages carpool.
Whatever.
We'll go dress up like.
Okay, fair enough.
Shall we dress up like card? Anyway, you keep going.
So, Simple Gear, Pharrell, like Charlotte is kind of mediocre. Hololive, well, actually, despite Hololive's size, its level 0 game isn't that amazing. Like, when you consider the card pool of its size, like, you would think its level 0 game should be better. SAO 10, pretty good. Like, I'm trying to bring it up to speed with sets like Gochi Usa and SAO 10. Those are really good level 0s. Princess Connect Redot also has a really good level 0 game. Like, I'm trying to bring it up with the titans of levels, like Titanic level 0 games. And honestly, man, do you agree with me when I say, if Deademons had a clean cut, it would literally have the best level 0 game, one of the best, if not the best level 0 game in the game.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, dude, you have real Azusa.
It's pretty good, yeah.
You have real Azusa at 0. You have a bloody clean cut. You have Brainstorm 5. You have Akane. If you want, you can play Kaede. By the way, this card is meant to replace Kaede. This card is actually meant to replace her. Because Kaede Runner 2021, Pharrell. We've already expressed our grievances towards it. Like, imagine being able to attack with Now Brainstorm and then Karen here, and then
Easily.
cutting Nao back to back row, and having your Azusa literally fetch you what you know. Imagine that being your turn one play going second. That sounds kind of disgusting, doesn't it? Like you're already like 40% of the way to your first refresh after turn one. Like, oh, that's kind of absurd. And imagine if you Azusa into Azusa. Oh no, 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 no. Oh Lord, no, that sounds disgusting. that sounds
Oh,
that sounds disgusting, but it's possible, isn't it?
it's very possible.
It's very possible. And even if you manage to kill Karen, they could also send into another one. Like if level 0 happens to go on, oh boy. Now, the drawback of Karen here is she leaves reversal targets up. She would leave a reversal target up due to most people not playing bombs and her being hard to get rid of. But
I don't
again,
think you
man,
care.
not that many decks even care.
Right.
So honestly, it is better if Karen lives. Like, would you prefer, your clean cut living or dying in today's metagame, man? Like,
Of overall living earlier on, yes.
living earlier on. So,
But
well,
sure,
again,
because reversal target later. I'll
oh
sure,
well.
sure.
She lived for eons at that point, man. Like, I think overall, Karen would do so good for this deck. Anyways,
Almost absurd. All
boy,
right,
on the next card.
Okay. So Shiryo Shirayuki. One second about what I'm hiding here. Level 1 cost 4,000 power, music, blue. So this is just your bottom deck anti-change bomb. Because the meta remains half standby as of the time we have recording this, every deck should be packing 1 or 2 copies of this type of card. Yes, characters currently exclusive to the mobile games matter, okay. We have dictated that this character will be blue by association with prominent cool characters despite what her in-game attribute is.
She's actually cute, much to my chagrin. I'm going, Pharrell, man? Pharrell? She is cute? She don't look it. Can you look at Chio and tell me she's cute, man?
In a certain point of view, she could be.
But she mostly screams cool to me, man. Like,
No, you could definitely argue that several characters in the Cinderella Girls franchise are probably mismatched.
true. And the funny thing is that Bushiroad has teased Starlight Stage to us as an April Fool's joke. Remember this year's April Fool's joke, man? Funny, funny, har har, right?
Was that actually Bushiroad that did that? I thought it was like some person made it up.
No, it's actually Bushiroad.
Oh fuck, for real?
Yeah, for real, man. Bushiroad actually teased it to us. And I'm going, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Starlight Stage came even as an April Fool's joke. Not funny, Bushy. Not funny. Like, now, why is this card here, despite it not being all that flashy? Well, think about what we've said throughout this lecture. This deck sucks against standby. This deck sucks. Like, this deck has no responses to standby. And let's think about every single set we've reviewed in the past year or so. Almost all of them have some form of response to standby. In the form, most players nowadays typically prefer a bomb. As they view anti-change counters as not worth it. I go, honestly, I originally wanted to put a Yoshino-style card here, but I didn't want to color shift it. Because I personally prefer the counter, actually. Level 1 anti-change counter. But I don't know, man. What do you think about this one?
I mean, it's fair. It's cheap. It's easy.
It does what it does what it says on the tin.
Yeah. No,
And
just to give it that access to deal with this threat that they had to deal with at its time of peak existence.
I don't really see anti-change counters going to blue nowadays. I don't really see any other color but green getting them nowadays.
At level 1, you mean?
Yeah, one. Like, can you think of any that go to any other color but
Oh,
green at one?
occasionally they still do red.
Right, but nothing for blue or yellow.
Not that I've seen.
And I'm going. That's kind of a shame because I don't think I don't think players would even still play even if they had a blue version of one because
Right.
they just view ditching 3 cards as too expensive. And I go, well, at least I think Bushiroad should at least give them a try.
It's definitely
Like,
design space worth considering, yeah.
like they could easily bottom deck it. I mean, Chio here is not going to make headlines. She's more here out of necessity rather than
Right.
actually being a like. It just goes to show you that Triad Primus doesn't need much to modernize. Anyways, let's move on to probably the most interesting card amongst these 5.
Right.
Angel in White Clothing Karen, 2/1, 7K. Alright, when she enters the battlefield, if you have 5 or less cards in your deck, shuffle every card back from your grave back into your deck and draw a card and tap 2, choose one of you guys, give them 2K. So it's a free fresh, guys. It'll provide some unique identity to the deck while motivating the player to speed through the deck, fixing speed with the deck, fixing tools at their disposal. Such a card should not be as bad as upwards of 8 copies amidst Fate's peak survivability, and as the top end actually aims to actually kill them versus Rider. Were you surprised when you saw this card?
On the one hand, yes. On the other, no. It makes sense.
Explain it to our audience.
All right. So everyone that has played against Tri Primus at some point knows that the deck just aims to get to a second deck and beyond in like a very small number of turns. So why not reward that by giving the deck the ability to force that refresh, avoid taking the refresh point, and also enable that transcend post ring early play at the same time.
Cantripping you. All in the
Right.
same card.
The same card.
Now, why were you surprised when you saw this?
It was one of those I didn't want to be real kind of thing.
For real, man? For real? Oh my god. Like, you didn't think I would go there, did you? You didn't
This was meant to be on now, people. We have actually complete a certain quartet here. Let's say, spoiler alert.
I mean,
Quintet, not.
I mean, those of you who've been listening to a certain song will know.
I think Chio might have already like signaled people. I think.
Hello.
The fact that it's not one of the newest characters.
That song is addicting, man. Chio Jam. But at the same time, though, this also diversifies Triad Primus's level 2 game. Think about it. Most decks either have to choose between playing an early play or playing a free refresh, like Fate did. Because for real, man, how often did you actually see Ilya being played at level 2 during Fate's peak?
Very rarely, if at all.
Very rarely, if at all. I remember Justin playing. Justin didn't even run the Berserker. He's like, that Berserker is so bad. Ilya is not an early play. I don't have the condition. And fuck it, I'm just gonna rely on Night Patrols all day. This card is effectively Night Patrol, giving Night Patrol to Triad Primus. Now, the reason why it's like so, and before people start comparing this deck to Fate, no, I did not intend on turning this deck into a modern day version of Fate. Even though, when I really start to think about it, this deck really looks like a modern day version of Fate Stay Night from 2019. Looks eerily similar, doesn't it?
Well, let's put out some key differences. We do not have Clock Encore's 5 ever.
No, we don't.
No Clock Encore's 5 ever. We don't have access to events that just force our deck to like the bottommost card.
We also tried to actually end the game, unlike Ryder, who
Right.
doesn't do anything but sit there. You know that the Gorgon's Eye combo.
We also don't have anything that like filters out our card messages that easily.
We have Asusa, but so do they.
Well, they also have Presage, Flower, Sakura.
They also have Presage Flower and Daily Distortion too.
Yeah.
The Daily Distortion Bomb. Now, we don't have Daily Distortion Bomb, but we also have an anti-change bomb, unlike them, in this proposal here. Also, Fate does not have a clean cut either, unlike in this proposal. Though I think that might have changed with Heaven's Field 2, I'm not 100% sure. Do you remember if Heaven's Field 2 gave them a clean cut?
I think they got one.
Is it a good one?
Let me time fact.
Okay.
Go ahead and like keep talking. I'll figure
it out. Again. So, again, man, I don't think No would unironically break the game, because Triad Primus is not a deck that wants to sit there and just survive. Like, historically, the deck doesn't want to just survive. Yes, it's great at survival, but that's not its end game. That's not its end goal. It eventually wants to actually end the game, unlike 2019's Fate. 2019's Fate, all that deck did was literally sit there. It had vanilla swings, sure, but at least in this case, we have a restand. We have a restand that could potentially end the game. And unlike Fate, our and unlike Fate, we actually have a level 2 game. You know, that isn't just spamming Night Patrol all day. Yes, spamming Night Patrol would be very nice for Triad Primus.
I guess not need it.
But it doesn't need it. That's why I said it's an interesting card. I don't think it's necessary. Like, how many copies would you play in this deck, if any?
This is probably like a 2 of.
Probably 2 or 3 of for me. Because unlike Night Patrol, which you wanted to spam 8 of, in my opinion, that's extremely excessive.
Okay. It was just a to answer your question earlier, it was just a vanilla clean cut.
Vanilla 2-5?
Yeah.
Ew. No thanks. Ew, no thanks. I'll take the 3K with downside. Like, it adds an interesting dynamic that I think. First off, it forces you to not occupy one of your slots with a Transient Pulse Beam. If you do, you negate the cantrip. And I don't think a lot of players want to negate that cantrip and rather just slam in with Angel in White Clothing here. Like, would you run Now over with a Transient Pulse? Or would you just leave her there for the turn? And wait for her to naturally die?
The latter is probably fine, right?
the latter is probably fine. She bats as an 8K. Same stats as Night Patrol. If you don't need your Brainstorm, she's covered it as a 10K. Which, for a free refresh that can trip you, that's pretty decent. Like, that actually can stem to a decent amount of early plays now. Like, I don't know, man. What do you think about this card in Trial Primus?
I think it makes sense to their game of just trying to better enable the ability to play Transcend Post Ring at the level you want to play her at. I think it definitely offers like that better incentive.
Like, instead of having to Oz it down, nah, just free refresh instead.
Right. Like it almost kind of feels like, when we bring up this card, it almost feels like Transcend Post Ring was just simply there to undo the refresh points the Trial Primus player was taking.
Well, now says, nah, you don't take refresh. You didn't take refresh to begin with. It's like healing 2 points of damage, man.
Right, like Gavin, when you were playing Trial Primus, it kind of felt more like Transcend Post Ring was just there to like compensate for refresh points.
Right. I was not in a better life state. I was in the same life state. As opposed to if we had Angel in White Clothing, oh my god, I actually healed down?
It's pretty absurd.
Like, that's really good, actually. Like, despite my apprentices, well, healing doesn't do very much in this game. No, it does a significant amount, dude. It prevents you from dying.
There's a reason why at its peak, Starduster was the deck.
Oh, god damn it, Starduster. You know what? Free rest, guys! I don't even care at this point. I just want to see some deck diversity. Lift the ban list at this point, Bushy. Let it roam. Let the JP format roam free for a bit.
Oh, Wild West format, here we come.
Well, what? And you know what's going to discourage all the heal spam decks? Strict adherence to the 30-minute time limit. Strict adherence to it. You go over 30 minutes, you double loss. No exceptions. Like that's going to discourage all the heal spam decks. I'm going, instead of playing chicken, actually try and win. But anyways, any last comments on now here?
No, solid addition.
Solid addition. Alrighty. Let's move on to the final card.
Right, so last but not least, we have Sound Around Rio, level 3, 2 cost 10,000 power, music blue. On play, stock swap by pay 1, and its ability activates up to once per turn when using act ability. This card gets power plus X until end of turn, where X is the number of your opponent's characters in the back row multiplied by 1,000. A simple stock swap will simply supplement the late game plan to close out the game faster.
Here's a convenient 1 to 2 of. In case the restand can't get you, well, let's try and decompress them down.
Yep, now we're not going to try to introduce Fomios or anything like that.
No, dude, no. Honestly, I think that... Honestly, I'm going, well, stock swap Fumio, that should only be reserved for a small amount of sets.
I.e. original Love Live.
And man, it's the last thing that our OG has left, man. It's the only thing OG has left. Sure.
Hashtag decompress 3 and then do the thing.
Hashtag decompress 3 and those will be restand for game, man. Hope it kills them. But, look, I'm not here to take that away from Original Generation. I like the fact that Original Generation has that niche. Rio here, I mean, look. People are, how should I say this? People want to try and live longer in a game like this. I don't get it, but people just try to live longer now, rather than try to actually win the game. Is it me, or is that just Japan's mentality behind it?
It's partially Japan, so maybe like the players that are playing out prefer to play like more tempo, edging towards whatever you can call controlling Weiss Schwarz style of decks.
But control doesn't exist in this game, we know that.
That's why I said as close as you can call control.
Well, It ain't control until man. Until you give me counter spells, it ain't control. Until you can give me some show me some counter spells, then we're talking. But Lamau counter spells and Weiss Schwarz. Show me some stifles. Show me some stifles and some counters. Hell, void slimes. But we're not here to talk about that. Look, man.
Sometimes people just want to play like people want to keep that turn 8 to 10 format.
Also, people, let's play clean cuts and a bunch of things that accelerate the game at 0.
Once you get to level 1 to 2, the game kind of starts to stretch out a bit, right?
No?
2 again, apparently it goes.
I don't know. Where do they play in Can I Come? I'm about to say, man. Doesn't matter who I play against. Turn 3. What are you at, man? 2-5. Oh. What are you at? 1-2. Oh. The opposite. What are you at? 2-4. What are you at? 1-1. Oh. Like, that's what it seems like most of the time, man. Someone is level 2. Mid to late level 2 by the time we hit turn 3. Game is that quick now, man. Like, the game typically ends on, like, second or third deck. Third deck if you're lucky. Typically ends on second deck. Like, now some people would say, well, Rio, people do. It's kind of that conundrum going, wait, what? How do you people have time to build up and compress? A card like Rio, one of max, because I don't need more than that.
Right, it's one was like just in case.
Just in case, but most of the time, shit, I don't mind choosing her as my stock soul target. I don't mind setting her to stock because most of the time I won't need her. Now, in the mirror match, sure, Rio might actually be pretty good. But even then, my opponent is probably spending stock to brainstorm, play early plays, play Angel and Whites, all of that. They're probably decompressing themselves throughout the game anyway. So, Rio may not even be necessary. But the reason why I put Rio here is a just in case. Like, man, haven't you noticed that all of these profiles I've put here, except perhaps Angel and White, are modern day profiles that we see in sets today? Like, did you notice that?
Oh no, I did.
You did. You
guys literally handed me a bunch of.
Well, the shocker was Angel and White.
Just a tag.
I mean, as soon as you saw Nisekoi pop up, you're like, wait.
I was like, huh? And then I'm going, and then sees what the card number actually refers to. This motherfucker.
Hey man, it fits with the deck, doesn't it?
It does, but like not in a way that I like.
Hey man.
If I'm the receiving end of it, I just go, oh.
Bruh. Now, just overall though, like, sure, people will think Rio doesn't add very much. I'm like, Rio doesn't need to add all that much. The whole point of it, a large point of this modernization lecture was Triad Primus doesn't actually need all that much, and that's why we chose her.
Right, as we see, we did break apart the core essence of what the deck was trying to do back in.
Nope, we only complemented it.
Yeah, everything's still there. You're still playing with your tripartite, Triad Primus, Transimpose cards.
And the only things that and again,
you're replacing important place Kayage for a modern frontliner.
Your level 1 your vanillas go away for actual level 1 combos.
And if you fear the standby matchup, you have the option of anti-standby tools. You have actual incentive to mill 5 ever.
It in Pure White Angel, and you have an out against those that can for games that go too long. So, in essence, well, I think we can regress to closing thoughts now.
Yep. So, yep.
I don't know.
As we see,
I don't know.
like TriPrime is really going to need a whole bunch to modernize.
If all 5 of these cards were real, where would you place her after all of these? Be honest with our audience here.
Probably the new gatekeeper of S.
Holy shit, that's actually where I was actually going to place her.
I can't really put it in mid S. I don't think it's that powerful.
Dal, you're getting kicked out. Like, honestly.
And I think with other stuff, I think it just outgrows the A tier. Like it's definitely gate like at worst it's probably like high A tier.
Like, just imagine a deck from 2016 now joining the S tier again. Oh wait, we've already seen this happen. But Goshi Usa required a complete makeover.
Right, you gotta focus on a completely new subset of.
As opposed to this, which this could easily be done in a power-up set. Remember those, man?
I remember those.
Remember power-up products? On the old Top Tier Tiers blog? And Bushiroad has long abandoned them because they don't sell. Okay. Why sell you a power-up product for $40 when we can just sell you a new set for $300? Like, you were gonna say something, man?
I was gonna say part of the thing with power-up sets is that they rely too much on player loyalty, and with more and more people choosing to, well, title jump more often than before.
Are you kidding me, dude? Dude, set jumping happens constantly. Constantly.
I mean, like, I believe it was only recently I saw I made like the Andy Woody meme from Toy Story, from Toy Story 2, where I won't play with you anymore kind of thing.
Dude, I've seen that meme going on for years now.
Oh, I saw I finally like actually like posted the actual meme.
But dude, it's fucking true. Even the quote-unquote casual players, aka the people that only say they play what they like, set jump now. Even they do it. And I'll admit, I've been doing it since day one. I've been doing it since day one.
Guess I'm in a minority because Gavin knows I don't really go jump.
I know you're one of the few people I know that doesn't set jump. I know you.
I set jump like once every 6 months on average.
And I go, set jumping? I dice jump. How often does the dice get renovated?
Once every 2 to 4 months?
2 to 4 months? Not bad, right?
That's not too bad, yeah.
Even I don't set jump that much, and I'm bloody sweaty.
I mean, sometimes just end up being good for like that long, right?
Look at SAO 10th. Look at bloody Dow. Dow is still immortal. Dow is basically immortal at this point.
I think Dow's just kind of gonna be here to stay for at minimum.
Bushy, you want to steal these ideas? Go right ahead. Hey, if you can send me a bone and send me a playset of each of these printed cards, I don't even require payment outside of that. And hey man, can you actually see me playing this deck again in actual competition with serious intent to win?
Yes, if these were.
You could actually see me.
Or at least considering on the dice.
Fuck it, I'd skip the dice at this point. I'd skip the dice at that point.
Oh, okay, got it.
I'd just say, fuck it, I'm going in with her.
Like, oh, dice? Bye.
No, it'd be that Woody with the Toy Story meme. I don't want to play with you anymore. Drop the other 5 decks. She's back.
And I respect it.
It's like, my first wife has returned, and she's fully powerful again. Now, if you could do that and lift the bandless 2 bush, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you.
Oh, FR man, Ghost Horror, Cold May, Fair and Balanced, pick one.
Fair enough. I'll pick both, sir.
Oh no.
We are not having this discussion again.
I'm having this discussion right now.
God damn it! But again, man, this was kind of a tear-jerking video for me. I was like, oh.
But you're glad we did it, right?
If I didn't push this idea, we would never be able to properly talk about this deck. Ever.
No.
Thanks to you!
I am that gatekeeper.
You keep gatekeeping me from saying, let's review Dead of Us properly.
I keep telling him, okay, you want to stick to yellow and red and we're going to say 60 cards or something, or FR rating or lower, and be my guest.
No, I don't want to sit through that, man. I don't want to sit through that, man. What? That's hogwash, man.
But it's the truth. It's the truth if we get a review, right?
I wouldn't say 60 plus cards or FR or lower.
45.
Okay, that's more accurate. But again, blue. Okay, we're done with the rares, man. Are we done here?
Then we're going to this FR and below.
Oh no! Oh come on, man! This is why we do limited. Can't limited save this?
I can only save so much when so many things are name locked. Come on, man! All those asterisk cards, all those new generations cards.
And I'm fucking quoting all of them.
The entire Project Chrome package.
Okay, no, that's eating the fucking niches. All of them.
Come on, man. You remember how this set was structured.
All too fucking well. And no, it wouldn't be a proper review if we curated the damn thing. If we curated the damn thing, that's cheating. That is cheating. That is cheating, and I wouldn't be able to. That would also be incredibly boring because we already know the result.
Right. So why even?
Why even? And again, this is as close as we're gonna get. Logically speaking, I can't believe it. Usually I'm the logical one on this show. Usually I'm the one who thinks with pure logic, but my co-host here is right. I couldn't bring myself. And even if we did do it, how objective would it possibly be? You would just glare at me and be like, Faro, man, you're not going to be objective on it. I know that.
Fair chance that's going to be
it. You're not going to be objective. You're going to be super fucking biased. Super fucking biased. You know, I will admit, I would be biased. Because I've played with this deck before. I love this deck to death, and I want her to come back. I would take... You know what? I wish I could trade fucking Dal for these cards.
I wish I could trade the entirety of Dal.
Yeah.
Including Data Bullet.
Yup. Send it to the Dark Aether. I don't care.
Send both products to the Dark Aether for 5 cards.
Yes. Why not, man?
You have now made an enemy of... You haven't already, you have now made an enemy of every single Dal player?
I'm a Dal player too, man.
But you say you're willing to abandon it.
If this came back, fuck yeah.
Like, okay, selling Dal, who wants this?
Dal? What's a Dal, man?
What's a
Dal don't
Dal?
exist no more.
You're pulling the actual Card Fight Vanguard shit. I'm gonna sacrifice this title to resurrect.
Yes, that's what the Dino Boys do, man.
Like
That's what the, that's what.
that actually reminds me of the fucking plot of the second arc of Card Fight Vanguard. Sacrifice 3 quests to bring back 1.
Yes, why not? Amen, amen. We could cleanse the boringness that is Dal.
Look, you're not wrong, but
Cleanse the boringness that is Dal. Come on, man, you can't tell me this is not boring.
it's both boring and controversial. That's a pretty big no-no.
Like, would you view that as an acceptable sacrifice? Like, which would you rather have, Dal or revive Triad Primus?
Uh,
If you had to pick one, sir.
I will proceed to play both deck out turbo with no win conditions.
Oh my god. God damn it. AKA, I'd rather claw my own eyes out than see either of those happen. That kind of response, man.
The more violent way of playing it, sure.
Come on, man. Like, but seriously though, I think even you would say, you know what? I'll take TP over Dow. At least I get to look at cute girls with TP.
Hey, you're a cute girl thing now.
Oh, for real, man?
Don't you know and Kotori are cute?
Okay, fair enough. Besides those two, and man, you get to look at the members of Sirius Cord. Sirius Cord OP.
Not much of a serious core person though.
Really, man? Really?
You're talking to the wrong person.
God damn it.
You know who I prefer more.
Really, man? Really? Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Or at least look at Triad Primus members.
They're decent.
Really, man? Really?
What's the voice to say? Attractive?
Why not, man?
Beautiful?
Yeah, why not?
This guy trying to unironically convert me to being a cool P.
Yeah, why not, man? Serious Court. Serious Court. Real.
There's only a small number of cool characters I like, okay?
Okay. And man, Shio is not technically cool.
I know. I
But
really like Shio.
the nihilism.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she gets better, but yeah,
I heard she doesn't actually.
that's actually sad.
That's kind of sad, actually. The nihilism. I know the nihilism kind of throws me off too. I'm going, really, really.
No, Shio's definitely. Are you sure? Are you sure this is the right attribute?
Oh, I'm going. But regardless, though, yeah, I'm gonna have to put her in either the like 6th or 7th place in S tier, or 6th or 7th place in S tier, towards the bottom. Like, sure, she does a ton. Sure, she does a ton of damage now, but
She's not quite up there.
she kind of fit. She's kind of like Charlotte. She's a more modern. She would fare better with than Charlotte did if Charlotte didn't have the niche. But oh come on, we all know that Charlotte is only there because, well,
I ask Gavin Sack, can ignore 99% of the rest of the.
it's like, oh yeah, I can just ignore you. I do my own thing.
I just have to pray that you don't rush me down while I'm doing it.
Now, of course, like it's one of those things. I just want to see her again, man. I just want to see her again. I think I'm just a little too attached to the deck.
And we just say there's a clear emotional attachment. That's literally the first reason.
I've been shuffling the deck in my hands for hours now.
That's probably low-key an addiction.
I just placed it down. I just placed it down for our audience. I've been shuffling this deck for hours now. Oh, okay, not hours, but like close to an hour now. I'm going. Anyways, let's end this, shall we? Well, thanks guys for listening to this long lecture about Triad Primus. You know, again, it's your typical doggo fare that's quite long about it, but at the same time, I love this deck. I really do. I want her back, man. I really do. Oh. And you know, if you like commentaries like this, please like, favorite, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, set it to all because these all.
Up the YouTube algorithm, and you want to be even more awesome, be sure to also contribute to our Coffee or Patreon, like Jake here, who is a patron. Actually, Puppeteer is through patrons like Jake, that we can continue to make this stuff for you all. And with that, we will catch you all next time. Bye-bye.